Jones here, and welcome back to a slightly earlier episode of The Road to the 60th and Beyond. If you don't know what I talk about in this future, let me explain for you right now. This is where I talk about the updates for the 6th anniversary and season 14 of Doctor Who, obviously. And I thought, there's a lot of things going on now, so I thought I might give you an extra episode and give you some thoughts and updates. I'm hoping you guys enjoy what's going to happen, and let's begin. So, Jonathan Groff is now being cast in quite an impressive role. He obviously will be in the Regency episode, and there have been some photos, and it has me concerned about his role, because I think he's a talent. I've seen him as Christoph, and I think he has very great potential in there. But yeah, I'm worried they're going to pull the Romans card on the leads, and this is where I take issue, because when it's mostly been all that, these have actually been not good roles. It's kind of backfired on them, and that's been a huge issue. Girl Fireplace is probably an example. I think Human Nature is also. They've ended up doing poorly in comparison to something like Homes of Rosati, who did it in a very unique way, but not the same way. And that ended up being credit. So it does fill me with concern, because I don't want Jonathan being let down and his role being for nothing, when you've got characters like Ada Lovelace, Non Khan, Manching, who else impressed me? Who else? Mary Seacole. Who else do I know? Agatha Christie. And then I think they're characters that didn't pull the romance card. And that would be a big issue if they kept this trend of non-romances doing a lot better than people with romance. Because I don't want that happening again. And I've had enough of that. But if they did, I could see a bit of a turn if they got it right. But for now, I'm just saying, I don't know which way I could go. It's going to be a lot unpredictable now. But I'm excited to see what happens, if it happens, or if it doesn't happen. We have another returnee. It's Bonnie Langford, aka Melanie Bush. Now, this has excited me because Melanie hasn't been given the best material in the past, and I don't think she's been done right. She's had some memorable moments that she's done well, and Sylvester McCoy has said that Mel deserves way better. And I think if I look at Russell T Davies' track record with returning characters from classic, he is very capable of turning from damsel to hero. And look what happened with Liz Lane. He made that happen. So I have high expectations for that, but I think Mel should do way better than she did in classic. And of course, she cameoed in the last episode, The Power of Doctor, so it'll be interesting to see what they do. And how did she leave Savlon Glitz? R.I.P. Johnny Serby. Mission. Yes. As a Glitz fan, it'll be interesting to see what they do with that. I think I'm excited for Mel's return. And hopefully this paves the way for potential returnees to come back and do even better. Because, like I said, if you're under Russell T Davies, you have a big chance of that. Angie Obama will also be joined Doctor Who. People may remember it as, of course, Susan Costa and Torchwood, and to Star Wars fans as Taylor Drift in Obi-Wan Kenobi. Indira will be playing the Duchess, unlike Liesl's good Duchess of Plaza 17, the one who gave Grogu the title of being a Knight of the Ancient Order of Independent Regencies. Indira's one is a bad one, and when I mean bad, very bad. The press release said, "Beware the Duchess," and I'm excited to see what she can do, because like I said, I'm looking forward to comparing and saying good Duchess, bad Duchess, because it's so entertaining, and of course for Indira to shine as a villain, because it's going to be interesting to see what she can do. She's already capable. Can she do it again? Speaking about representation in Doctor Who, we have some good news. Lenny Rush has been cast as Morris, and I'm really intrigued because there's been a bit of diverse comments on what or who his character is going to be. One part of me says no companion, but then again, people have said it for other characters. So it's quite odd to say that to not just with Leia but with the other characters as well. So that's very interesting. The second thing is he could be a villain. I mean, you never know. And from what they've been saying, it's a little bit villainous-like, and from what Lenny's costume is, it does seem really suspicious. I think Lenny's going to do a fantastic job. I've seen him in Have I Been Unreasonable? I've seen a few clips. Amazing, very talented. Like, I just love his chemistry with Daisy. I've got to give Daisy a huge shout out. And also, if you didn't see him in Children Need last year, he was really good. I enjoyed him. He was very good himself. So I'm excited to see Lenny shine. So filming has been focused on the Greenridge episode that has been touted back a few months ago on Twitter. Greenridge has been used before. They did it back in 2017 for Thin Ice, and this was an episode that was near perfect. Really was a proper moment, especially in the 12 and Bill relationship. So that is definitely something that has set the bar. And I think when you look at Greenridge, I don't think it's used much. I know Georgian has been used quite a bit. Girl in Fireplace. That's probably an example. I'm pretty sure there has been a few more in previous years. Also, Hot and Virginity, which I believe was Jordan, I believe. So, and we've seen Shooty and Millie in costume. Shooty wearing a velvet jacket and gravity stuff, whilst Millie, on the other hand, is in a yellow gown, which really suits her. And she herself has said on Instagram, Beauty and the Beast comparison with Beauty and Gaston. No, not Gaston. Beauty and the Beast with Jonathan. Obviously, that's where I've seen it from. And of course, then you got maybe the Gaston. I think it's Beauty and Gaston, not Beauty and the Beast technically, but yeah. And that's probably where I've said in Crimson early on. But yeah, it looks great. I'm interested to see what can happen, because from what I've been hearing and what I've been trying to figure out is if this is in episode 6, this is where I think it's going to have a huge challenge, because recently 4 episodes in a row have scored 10, with the recent 2 hitting it, and the other one before being the historical to be in episode 6 line. So I'm like, a lot of pressure, but I feel like it's going to be interesting. And also we've had 60s filming. Obviously there's been Abbey Road comparisons. Maybe they're on Abbey Road. Dancing. But the biggest question is it going to be a musical? I don't know. And it's going to be interesting to see what's going to happen. Another filming update here. We've also had Shuji on set with Bonnie. Ooh. And it's been very interesting. The second thing, of course, is Michelle Greenridge is back on set. You may remember Michelle, I talked about her a few episodes ago, and she's obviously playing someone that might have some relationship to Minnie's Ruby. And she's with Unit, I believe, and there's a theory that she might be taken in my unit. I don't know, but that's just what fans are saying. And this confirms she and Anita Dobson, who Russell had, we saw him filming a few months ago. I think it was the Christmas special, I believe. And Russell confirmed that 2 of the original first 4 chosen ones, along with Anna and Bernard, would be recurred, and the recurring characters have been confirmed as Michelle Greenridge and Anita Dobson. So it's going to be interesting what they can do, and Michelle's look is amazing. Shout out to the costume department, and I can't wait for her. Yeah, there's been a few more films with the music being episode. For example, the Beatles being involved, which I personally think is a good idea. The Beatles are very popular. We have had a few mentions past. Ian Chesterton goes along to Take Her to a Ride, and Vicky being interested. So it's good to see it back, because it's good to bring popular bands who haven't been used a lot and put them in. So I'm interested to see what happens. It's time for some 60th. Yes, time for some 60th news, my friends. Woohoo! So, they've announced the titles and they did a trailer for it back on Eurovision night. The titles are The Star Beast, which is an adaptation of Doctor and the Star Beast with Beep the Meep. The second episode is Wild Blue Yonder. And the third is The Giggle. And let's summarise what these episodes could actually mean. Star Beast obviously is Beep the Meep. So I'm interested in how they can do it. They've done it before, they can do it again with adaptations. So it's nothing new, it's been done before. Last time it just didn't work for me. The racism is what drags it down and absolutely caused a lot of issues, especially when it turns to some people doing away between other shows and ruining the series. But look, that can happen. That can happen to anyone. It was just unfortunate time, but hopefully this time we can avoid that. My Yonder is different. I also said something about this thing, I can't remember what it was, but it is very interesting. And the third one obviously means something scary, like evil laughing, I think. And I think other people agree with it. So that's the 3 episodes titles. The trailer definitely is very interesting. It's got that dancing scene with the Doctor and Neil Patrick Harris's character in from June 2020 when they filmed it right in Bristol. Beat the Meat making an appearance and Dora being in shock. Some of David's perfect mannerisms. What is the deal with Donna? A bit of amusement funny, yes. Yeah, it's a good trip. I think I prefer it to what they've said before. Personally, I mean, I've lost a bit of the hype, but I think maybe that's just down to the so hype with David Tennant being it, which of course is a problem for David in Doctor Who, but it's not as major as what we've had before, and that's a good sign. And this is what the 60th needs: a good trailer to say, hold on, the next trailer does in, because I think it's time to 60th got out of the underdog situation and more like this could be good. This could continue the episode runs. We've seen it from The Vanquishers to Power of the Doctor. All strong stories for me, and I want to see it continue with David because I think he's got the full package to prove me wrong and continue something that would really mean a lot to me personally for him and help me as well. Let's chat about 5 of the cast members announced for Series 14. These are Barry Josh, Elon, Peter McHale, Miles Shininki, and Hema Yarahan. I'm excited to see what these guys can do because they're new faces and I don't know. But one of these actors does really make me feel happy because Peter McHale is going to be representing the trans community. I'm glad we're getting trans rep in the show, and I think after Yes I'm Funny, it's good to see that Russell hasn't stopped about representation with the trans community. He's going for it. He's giving us trans characters. He's giving us trans, and I'd rather that continued. And I'm glad that Russell's making a statement, and I'm excited to see what Pete could do. We have 2 cast members confirmed for the 60th. These are Ronak Patani, who will play Major Singh in The Star Beast, whilst Jimmy Cho will also be playing a soldier, also in The Star Beast. And what we've seen with Jamie is his character will obviously be possessed by Beep the Meep. Oh my. I'm interested to see how this does. I think these guys will be amazing. Also, being rumoured is Josh Sangha from Dumbledore to play one of Rose's friends. Now, it hasn't been confirmed but it's true, but someone did point this out. Dr. News did point this out, but I don't know if this is true. But if it is, I'm happy because it's good to see young talent star in the show. But we'll see. Round up this is round one. It's time to share 3 words from episode 8 of series 14, and of course, potentially series 15. Russell T Davies has revealed the words Kingdom, Gold, and Tiger. And this is for episode 8 of series 14. Whilst for series 15, he's hinted Garden, The Moment, Diploma, and they're all in the same episode. Very interesting words. It's already got Twitter on a guessing thing, and it's interesting to see what people are saying. And I love the fact that people are guessing and trying to work things out, because it makes it more fun. I mean, regardless of whatever is right or wrong, I mean, I've well known for suggesting things that have been false. It's still good to have a bit of fun and speculate. I'm interested to see what these words mean in the next few years. Thank you for joining me for another episode of the Road to 60th and Beyond. I'm hoping to do another episode very soon where I'm going to be talking about, of course, more filming, and of course the 60th and what happens to the promotion, and any more announcements. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye everyone. Thank you for listening to the podcast. Subscribe to Fasman Jarens and stay tuned for more podcasts. See ya!